Hello, hello, my little bubblers. Told you I was going to be back and bang out another video real quick. I'm just going to scan these emails super fast. Um, Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm sorry. Okay. So, one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about, and yes, if I was a more planned out person, I would have all of their email, all the, your guys' emails lined up and the questions lined up. But again, this is Beanie Unscripted. And I don't work like that. I just work off the cuff. So that's what we're going to do. But I do get quite a few emails from viewers and subscribers. And, they really do vary from weight loss to financial questions to the dental questions. A lot of dental questions lately. And I can only assume it's probably because it's maybe tax time. And, that's when a lot of Americans have an influx of income tax. I don't have that luxury, so I don't know what that's like. But, maybe this is just when there's a little extra funny money in the pocket. And I think some more COVID money went out to people. So I wanted to kind of give you my thoughts on dentures thus far, 7 months post full mouth extractions. And, what my thoughts are, I guess, so to speak. Anybody who's watched any of my previous videos knows that my foray into the actual getting the dentures was it was like let's just call it a shotgun denture experience. I knew it had to happen. It was something that I've known for years and years that's where I was heading towards. As each molar broke, as each crown rotted underneath, I knew that that's the path that I was most likely heading to. My dad, who's now passed away, he had dentures from a very young age, and my brother, my biological brother, has very bad teeth like myself. Has spent a lot of money like myself to try to hold on to them. So some of the dental, like the periodontal issues, seem to be genetic. Who's to say? I was very vigilant about my teeth, and I spent a lot of money that a single mom really didn't have, only to have them fail. And I wish I would have kind of had a come to Jesus moment, like after the second set of teeth started breaking, that, it wasn't going to work out for me, and just to sideline it and get it over with. I went many, many years with insurance, very good insurance. I've always been blessed to have very good insurance through my jobs. Obamacare put a kink in a lot of the coverage, but even after Obamacare, I have to say that my dental coverage has been quite fair. And still I avoided going to the dentist. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason why I procrastinated on it, other than there had to have been an underlying reason. Fear, not just fear of like what it's going to look like or what it's going to mean, because obviously I look so much better now. I didn't even like my real teeth. I really didn't. The front teeth were very similar to this, maybe a little bit more rounded, but these teeth here were much shorter and thinner. They weren't pretty teeth. I took care of them. I always got compliments on how white they were. Yeah, that's what a Crest White Strip is there for, is to make them whiter. It's not like my daughter's mouth, where I spent over 10 grand in her mouth, oral surgeries. She has one implant because she broke a tooth when she was a little kid. Braces. I mean, like, that was an intentional mouth that I spent a lot of money on. But I always put her before me too. So, if it came down to, do we go to Mexico or do I put my money towards my teeth? We went on a trip. Like, I wanted life experiences, versus just facing that monster. It's just, maybe it's because I always knew that it was going to be where I had to get dentures. I don't know. If I could figure out that kind of crazy in my head, I don't know. I think it was a number of things. And I think I also thought that it was going to be a lot more costly than really what it turned out to be for me. And that was because I have this mentality of I want the best or I don't want anything when it comes to certain things. Other things that I could care less about. Like, you know, my car, I'll run it into the ground like a Flintstone car. Clothing, I don't take care of clothing. So I don't care, you know, if I got it from a thrift store or if I got it from a department store. But there's other things that I do care about where, you know, how much I spend on quality. And in my head, I was like, I want implants because that is the best. And I'm not going to get them on credit. I'm going to pay cash, and I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to move forward with this until I have the cash in hand to, you know, and I talked about this before too, is that, you know, my goal was to go abroad. I had narrowed down on going to South Korea, after thinking about going to Mexico, going to Colombia. You know, going to South America is definitely a lot easier now. Actually with COVID, I wouldn't go anywhere, but South Korea was where I really wanted to go, to get it all done. And the universe had different plans for me. COVID came just at the same time as this tooth of my natural teeth broke, and I no longer could purse my lips closed enough where you didn't see that. Like, see, as long as I had these top teeth here, I could still, well, in my head, I thought I was fooling people. You know, I wasn't. That's why when that douchebag at work saw me with my fake teeth, she was like, girl, did you get dental work? You know, did you get dental work done? It was that noticeable. But in my head, I was fooling myself, you know, guys, like, oh no, it's not that bad. I can't imagine what customers and clients thought as well. You know, like, I don't know. I just think it was a foolish move on my part to delude myself that people couldn't notice that, you know, I had no molars. And when I'm chewing food, I'm chewing with my front teeth. Like, you know, like, dum-dum. Like, what were you doing? Like, did you think that? Or the fact that my breath smelled like dead bodies. Like, that to me, I still can't get over that I allowed myself to live like that. Like, I never even wanted people coming to my desk at work, because if they leaned over my shoulder, I knew the minute I opened my mouth, my breath would come out. So the first thing I would do is when somebody came to my desk, I had like this jar of mints, not mints, like candies. And I'd always just take a candy and put a candy in my mouth, or grab a piece of gum and put gum in my mouth. So all I was doing was, it's like Febreze, Febreze for your breath. It was just like dead bodies and spearmint, you know? Anyhow, I think looking back 7 months, and while it was a whole whirlwind shotgun dental procedure, I don't think I really understood that I should be prepared for a year-long process, honestly. And that's with just standard teeth. And now everybody's different, and I know there's videos out there, and we do have a few subbies who will say that they, you know, everything went off without a hitch for them. But I know how many emails I get from you guys who are more like me than those people, you know, that have those kind of experiences. Ill-fitting temporaries, issues with bone loss, issues with spitting, you know, spitting pieces of your bones, with more of a negative experience than a positive experience is I guess what I'm trying to say. I wish I would have realized that it wasn't a matter of I just go get my teeth pulled out, they give me a pair of fake teeth, and then I come back in 6 months to a year and I get another pair of teeth. It's a lot more than that. And I think if I would have not been rushed in having to jump and do this all at one time, if I would have addressed things when I should have addressed things, I could have been more prepared for what to expect. And I think that's something that, you know, hindsight is 2020. I didn't do things the way that I probably should have. And that's why I'm always urging new viewers, you know, if you haven't started your denture journey yet, please do so. Like, please, like, it all just starts with a consultation so you know where you stand, and then work from there. Do my teeth feel like part of me now that it's been 7 months? No, no. As a matter of fact, yesterday, one of my neighbors came to my door because our whole block lost power, and I forgot I didn't have my teeth in. So how I do things, I know I had somebody ask me that question. So do I wear my teeth at night? Yes, I wear my teeth at night. The reason I wear my teeth at night is I wear a CPAP machine to help me breathe at night while I sleep. Without my teeth in, my mouth closes way too much, and it closes my airway. I also fast. I intermittent fast every single day. So that means that I go anywhere between 12 to 18 hours a day with no food, and I don't break my fast. So just to give you guys an example of like what my day's kind of like, we'll start at the middle of the day. I typically break my fast depending on when I've stopped eating. If like today, it's, you know, I'll stop eating at 3 o'clock. That's my last meal of the day. Then I won't eat. I'll drink as much as I want, water, but I won't eat again until 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if I start my day like that and I break my fast at 9 a.m., when I wake up, I wear my teeth from my first meal to the following day. Now, when I break my fast is not really my first meal, because when I break my fast, I only break my fast with broth. So my first technical meal of the day is bone broth with 3 cloves of garlic. That is with no teeth in. So when I get up in the morning, I take out my teeth. They are soaking. My mouth has been cleaned. I'll have coffee. Anywhere between, I say, 8 to 11 o'clock in the morning, somewhere in that window, I'll break my fast, and that's with broth. After I break my fast, an hour later, I'll start eating for the day. That's when my teeth go back in. So my teeth are typically out anywhere between 4 to 5 hours. I won't put them in until my first meal. Obviously, this works okay right now because I'm working from home. If I was working in the office, I probably would still do it the same way because I'd be wearing a mask at the office and nobody would know that I didn't have my teeth in. So I'd probably go to work without my teeth in and then put them in when I'm ready for my first meal. So I have a very small window in which I eat, and then I stop eating again, and then I go into fast, because it really does help me with my autoimmune disease. So that's kind of my method. So do I wear my teeth at night to sleep? Yes, I do. I wear them because I wear a CPAP. If I don't, my CPAP no longer fits me properly because my upper plate has shrunk so much that the nose guard, and I have the smallest nose guard, is still too big. So when it goes on, it'll like go over like where my gums are inside my mouth. So it doesn't fit right. So I wear them to sleep at night. Am I saying that you should do that? No. Don't. You do what's best for you. But the doctor's office, the dental office, has no problem with it. And as long as I have been wearing my teeth at night when I wear my CPAP, my numbers are good. So I have like numbers that they show me, like how many times I still wake up even with my mask, or how many times my mask may come off while I'm sleeping that I'm not aware of. My numbers are good. If I don't sleep with my teeth in, my jaw closes up too much and I have a less restful sleep. I have more instances of apnea, and it just works better for me. And it's also important to make sure that you are giving your mouth enough breathing room. Like, so I do make sure I get between 4 to 5 hours of breathing room a day. I'm in a pretty good pattern right now. So basically, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I take my teeth out, I drop them in the fizzy bath, take my dog out, get my day started, have my coffee. Then I said I break my fast. And then an hour after I break my fast, I have my meal. And when it's time for me to have my meal, is when I'll put my teeth back in. Do I still leave my teeth around the house? On occasion, yes. I do. And not as much as I did in the beginning. Because also in the beginning I didn't glue them in. But now I glue, they're glued in. So, but there are times that I have woken up in the middle of the night and, they've been, maybe something got underneath my teeth from like the last meal I ate. And with the pressure from the CPAP machine, it'll push on the gums. So I might pull them out in the middle of the night. But for the most part, I'm pretty good about not trying to, I do occasionally leave them places, but not too often anymore. But they still don't feel like part of me. Like every day when they're in my mouth, it's not like I forget that they're there. I'm constantly doing this because you got the denture juice drippage. Also because I can't live without lipstick, and these plastic teeth will hold on to lipstick for its dear life. I'm not worried about when I talk to people because right now everything is still masked up. I think my speech has improved quite a bit, and I think it'll improve more once I get the permanents and have them shave down the upper part of this plate just a little bit. I watched a lot of YouTube videos about dialectical language and learned how curling my tongue certain ways or dropping my tongue into the lower palate will help avoid the lisp as much. I still have a lisp, but it's just, I don't think it's nearly as bad as it was when I watched my previous videos. So that was another thing that, like, be prepared to do some work. I had to learn how to chew. No, I didn't have to learn how to chew again. I would say I had to learn to chew with my mouth closed again because I don't know how to describe it, but I guess in a way I had to learn to chew again, but it wasn't as difficult as some people made it seem in their videos. I think there was pain involved. And that's where, I would never say to anybody, be in a rush to start chewing food. How long did you go without being able to chew food? Like I went 3 years without having a vegetable that wasn't ground up into a drink. So I feel like giving yourself 1 or 2 months of healing, that's the least you can do. But as far as just using my dentures to eat with, I think once they had them properly lined and some of the extra ridge removed from the back, I didn't have any issues with that where other people have had issues learning to eat again. I know that I was very slow to try different foods and, learning how to distribute the weight of the food from one side to the other, to like where you normally would just chew on one side. With dentures, it's better if you share the wealth because then you don't have lifting. But I do catch myself that I still only chew on this side, and that's because I had so much infection for so long. Your mind just does it. At least for me, it just does it. So it's something that I still have to work on to remind myself, like, you don't have to baby this side. You can chew on both sides together at the same time. And I think those are habits that are just going to take a while to break. I wish I was just, a little bit more realistic with knowing that it's going to be a 1-year thing. It's going to take time. And if you want, your teeth made right, it's going to take longer. And to not accept subpar, despite the way that these bottoms look, because we know what Bob did with the bottoms, I'm pretty happy with the tops. Like, I would be okay with facing somebody with the tops of these teeth. Compared to what I looked like before. And that's what I just remind myself, like these little small things that I allowed myself to get upset about during the healing process. It's just like, but remember what it was like before. You know, just remember what it was like before. You could not provide your body proper nutrition before. And over, especially like the last 4 or 5 months that I've been losing weight, to see how important nutrition is. Like, even when I just have fast food once, I'm down for 2 days. You know, and that's on the weight loss videos, and you know, we talk about like that those are bad behaviors I have to break. But it comes down to the teeth. Being able to like have gratitude that I have these plastic ass teeth that I can chew with, and give my body nutrition that it needs to help heal itself. So let me think. I see this email sitting here. Let me wrap up. But yeah, so it's been 7 months. I think I wish I would have not had to have the kamikaze teeth work done and did it the way that I know that it should have been done. And that way it would have been a more relaxing and less anxious time. And I would have had a better scope of what to expect and to be patient with the healing process, and to know that immediate dentures are going to look like shit. Don't have your hopes up. And for the few people who have had great immediates, then you are very, very lucky. But more of us than not have had shit ones. And let's hope that the permanents are all that they are supposed to be. But I'm not going to get my hopes up either, because remember, Bob's making mine. So it's a crapshoot with Bob. We don't know what he's going to give me. But let me run, guys. I gotta attend to some emails, and lunch is over by like 10 minutes. So I gotta go. Email bdunscripted@gmail.com. If you got any questions, leave them in the down box. I hope everybody's well. If you guys are coming into your income tax money, if you're coming into your COVID money, and you are in the need of the denture work, remember, 1 tooth at a time. Just start with 1 tooth, okay? Just go for the consult so you know where you stand, and just start with 1 tooth and start getting that infection out of your mouth. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you soon.